So, Jamie, why did you join the Fierce Emporium?
Yeah, well, at the time, I think it's fair to say, my career had come to what felt like a dead end, and I felt I was stuck in my own head, really, just going around and um, without any sense of direction or I would say purpose. I was lost, and I needed professional guidance,
Brilliant.
and my research basically led me to you and the Fierce Emporium.
And most people have some hesitations about embarking on something like this or a career design program. What were yours?
Yeah, I think naturally there was a fear of the unknown. What if I wasn't the right fit? What if the program, didn't work, so to speak? But I have to say my initial consultation with you was key to dispelling those concerns. And I'm very
Brilliant.
glad that I did engage the
So
program.
tell me, what were some of your personal highlights from your time in working together?
I think, well, clearly the one-to-one calls are fantastic. Really focused, short and sharp, which really gets a lot of, I think for both of us, a lot of value. But I'm a very practical person. Um, I like taking action. So the exercises and the challenges were brilliant, and there were particular points in time during the program where I could see almost like the plot arc coming together, and
Mhm.
elements just making sense, and seeing how things came together. And I think really the personal highlights for me was in discovering my superpowers and my kryptonite, because that really gives me a huge amount of, you know, um, I think just a framework actually.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. And and if you could only say one big takeaway, you've said superpowers and kryptonite. I guess I'm asking you for another one. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that's a big takeaway for you?
Yeah, I think the biggest and probably most important takeaway is that personally, I'm not a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
My career has followed a relatively narrow, almost linear path up a particular ladder.
Mhm.
And then when I got to a point, call it the top of that ladder, and I looked around and I realized it wasn't for me. And that's where I was in that position of being lost and without focus. And the Fierce Emporium actually gave me that insight and that energy that that's not the case. And there are other areas for me to look left
Mm.
and right instead of just up and down.
Lovely. Oh, that's great language. You always have such good language. Um, does your future look any different now?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say it's much more positive, because almost to extend what I just said a moment ago, having those tools and having those, frameworks, which as a tangible person, I really sort of seek, um, gives me that sense of energy, really.
Lovely, lovely. And who else do you think the Fierce Emporium might work for?
I'll be honest, I mean, I think anybody else who, like me, felt stuck or lost in their career.
Mm.
Um, I think in my personal experience, there was um, a very quick resonance when I, connected with you and we started speaking. And I think that's what this is all about. It's all about connecting, and there's no substitute for that personal touch, for that one-to-one element. And again, learning from a professional who has built something like this over a number of years and has significant experience in helping people like me.
Fabulous. Right, a silly one. Can you describe either your time or the Fierce Emporium itself in 3 words?
Yeah, luckily you gave me some time to think about this one. I think my 3 words were proactive,
Mhm.
clarity,
Mhm.
and empowerment.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.